Alright, hopefully, hopefully I can be heard on this, because I don't think my microphone here is very good. I might have to switch and get a better one next time I do this. Anyway, today, first, I'd like to just talk about The Walking Dead a little bit. The new, the mid-season premiere was this past week, and I'm a little underwhelmed from it. It wasn't as good as I was hoping. It was really just a lot of exposition. Like, oh look, hey, oh yeah, by the way, before I should say anything else, this is probably going to contain, well, definitely going to contain spoilers for last week's The Walking Dead. Might even contain spoilers for the comics and the show. I'm not really, I'm going off the cuff here. Anyway, it's like, oh look, we have Daryl. Daryl's not safe with us. Hey, have you seen Daryl? It just was. And then, they get back to Alexandria, and it just really didn't go anywhere. I mean, yeah, they had to introduce Rick to Ezekiel, because, Ezekiel's, pivotal. And what comes next, at least what's probably going to come next in the series, again, based off of the comics. But I just feel like, I feel like there could have been more. I mean, they didn't even really. Well, the best part of the whole episode was when Rick and Michonne had the cars and they just completely clotheslined, pretty much the entire herd of zombies. But see, that also kind of, getting out of that, they should have been bitten. If this was, 3 years ago, back when the show first started, they both would have been bitten, they both would have been dead, hands down. I don't understand how now we're, you can walk through a horde of zombies unscathed. No, there's just, they're trying to produce a suspension of disbelief, and it's just not there. And I am not good at this. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty much the whole action of the episode. You didn't really even get to see them destroying the zombies. You just saw the main clothesline, and then there wasn't really any more chopping up zombies. I mean, granted, I guess the argument could be said that that's pretty much what the show has always been, and why are they going to waste time showing them, when they've already showed that. We know that they are perfectly capable of killing a bunch of zombies, so why are they going to waste time in production? So I can see that argument, but still, show us some action. I guess, there is reports that AMC's pissed off at how much violence there is on the show, and they're trying to tone down the violence. But see, that's the thing, is that's why people watch the show. They watch the show for the gore and the violence. I mean, a lot of it's the interpersonal, relationships between the different survivors, we'll call them. But there's also the violence. If they're just sitting around eating tea and, drinking tea and eating crumpets and saying, oh, wow, look at all the zombies outside. Should we do something about them? No, we shouldn't. Let's just sit here. It'd be boring. There's no show. There's no show without violence. It's very frustrating. Are we just, the violence is just going to be implied from now on? I'm not really sure. See, I feel like this would be better suited towards HBO, so they could have the freedom to do what they want, to say what they want and show what they want. I mean, prime example of this, I'm just gonna scratch that one. Prime example of this would be Negan. They've completely gutted Negan's character. Compared to what Negan is in the comics and what Negan is in the show, yes, Jeffrey Dean Morgan has a ton of charisma and really makes the character his own, but Negan's got to swear some. I mean, you watch the uncensored Negan introduction from the DVD of the past season, and you really get to see exactly how Negan should be. And another good example is I forget which season it was, the season finale where they wound up in what was it, Terminus? And, Rick's like, they're messing with the wrong people. It's like, that's not how the line was. The line was much better, uncensored, unabashed, just, raw anger, frustration, and, wishing of vengeance. You're messing with the wrong people, it's just, such a, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, just a, right, a Baldurization. Yeah, that's not the word I'm looking for, but, just I want to say censorship, because censorship's a strong word, but it's just a bastardization of the show. Cause, especially considering that was in the original source material, too. Granted, I believe if my memory, was correct, it was in a different, spot in the story, but still, it's, it was in the book. Through messing with her, it just doesn't carry the weight that, the original line was. That's just like, Rick is not a goody two-shoes. He's not one to be, oh, gee willikers, they're messing with the wrong people. We're gonna get them. That's not what the intent of that scene was. So it just, to tone tone the show down is just kind of an insult to the source material and an insult to us, the viewer, because in the end, we're the ones that are watching the show, and we're the ones that are receiving I don't want to say flawed, but a untruthful, product. So, I hope, I don't know, I doubt, AMC, that's AMC's cash cow at the moment. I mean, they're cranking out, Fear the Walking Dead, and, don't get me started on Fear the Walking Dead, that's a whole nother conversation. But, they're probably going to have another spin-off, probably in France or Europe or somewhere, and I'm sure they're going to have far more spin-offs than Fear the Walking Dead, and then, the crappy interquels that they have in the middle of the commercials that nobody ever watches because they always fast forward to and like I say, they'll probably have Walking Dead, France. Oh, that is the walkers in my front yard. What should we do? I mean, that would actually be entertaining. Maybe a YouTube parody or something. But anyway, it's just not. AMC is not doing it justice by censoring it in any way, shape, or form. But hopefully, the rest of the season will pan out a little bit better. Negan wasn't even in this episode. I mean, yeah, we heard him, but it's. I don't know what they're doing. I hope, obviously the show's not going to follow the comics verbatim. But I hope, just because of what, how the storyline ends and what happens and how it pans out, I'm super excited for that, and I hope they stick to that. But, time will tell. And then the other thing I wanted to touch upon real quick is Nintendo Switch. Still not a fan. Still not on board. I'm still not drinking the Kool-Aid on that. I think I mentioned in my previous video, if not, I'm a moron, but the battery life. I just can't see that having a very good battery. I mean, I have the new 3DS. I could probably play for 3 or 4 hours before I gotta charge the battery again. I just don't see the battery, that's still my main caveat, is that battery life. Again, time will tell on that. And then my other huge, I just turned it on. It's a huge issue. I know it. You know it. Everyone knows it. Huge. Anyway, the other huge issue is it still only has 32 gigabytes of storage. That's mind-boggling. I can't. That's just a mind. So there hasn't been. The original PS3s 10 years ago didn't even launch with 32. It was 80 gigs, or it was 60 gigs. That's what the original PS3 was. And I don't remember the original Xbox. I think it was like 16 for the original Xbox hard drive, but still, that's 10 years ago. So again, Nintendo, they gotta get with the program. They're saying this is, their true next-gen console. It's gonna bring Nintendo to... No, it's not! You have 32 gigs of hard drive space. How is that gonna work at all? No, you're still 10 years behind, Nintendo. Oh yeah, but we could have 2 terabyte SD card. They don't make SD cards that big. 512, I think, is the max for SD cards right now. So you're gonna duct tape 4 SD cards together to make up your 2 gigs? It makes no sense. I really don't want Nintendo to fail because I've been such a huge fan of, the Legend of Zelda series, Pokemon series. I'm such a huge, Super Smash. The list goes on. They have so many great titles, but they can't make the consoles to back it up. The last. The Wii sold like hotcakes just because it appealed to the casual fans, so that doesn't even count. And the DS, it's just... But the main console, it just hasn't been up to par many, many years. And, like I said, as much as I love Nintendo, I think they should just go the route of Sega and go third party. Can you imagine a Zelda game or a Mario game or Super Smash Brothers on a console like the Xbox or the PS4 with that kind of computing power, with those kind of graphics capabilities, the memory capacity? I mean, the new Xbox and PS4s have terabyte hard drives. I think the Xbox One might have the higher one at 2 terabytes. I can't even do the math on that. That's like... Not quite 100. That's at least 50 times more than the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch is coming out a good 2 years after the Xbox One. It's just insane. Again, it frustrates me to no end because I really wish Nintendo would make a console, no gimmicks, no extra screens, no weird controllers. Just give me a console, give me a controller, give me some good games. Stop wasting your time and energy on stupid stuff, stupid fads that's going nowhere. Games don't, motion controls, those lasted probably 2 years. Extra screens, that's... it's, I could just keep rambling on and on, but I'm just gonna save my breath on that one, and, I'll retouch upon that, issue when the Switch comes out, and, I doubt I'm gonna buy one, but, I'll probably, I'll have a better opinion once it's out, and, I can do some more research on that. And then, today is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Those who have Valentine's and those who do not, another Hallmark holiday, but, just use an excuse to be cheery, and, it's, especially in this day and age, we don't have much reason to be cheery anymore. And, that's really all I got for now, so, stay cool, everyone. Until next time.